people, let's get the international greeting out of the way. Hola, aloha, ciao, salut, ni hao, namaste, ohayo, yogamasma, здравствуйте, привет, bună, dzień dobry, sziasztok, hello, sincha, yevosio, salam alaikum, saskaka, marhaban, merhaba. If you don't know who I am, my name is Brunel. For those of you who already know who I am, well, aren't you lucky indeed? Welcome. So, Ciate London, in collaboration with Jessica. Oh, no, you can. I don't know about calling it a collaboration. It's a cartoon, but for what if you know, we just call it collaboration. They've got a new collaboration with Jessica Rabbit. Jessica Rabbit, the sexiest cartoon ever created. The boobs, boom, boom, boom. And by the way, you like this? Look at that. Ooh! In celebration. All right, she wears red. Collaboration consists of 3 items. We've got eyeshadow palettes, which got 9 eyeshadows inside, and you've also then got a lipstick, which is red and glittery, boom boom, and then you've also got a highlighter, which looks really pretty when you open the packaging. It's got the shape of Jessica Rabbit on the side. I didn't get a highlighter. Why? Because I didn't think it would suit my skin tone, and also I've got loads. I've got about 3 or 4 highlighters I bought recently that I haven't even opened yet, so I left that one out. But if you are interested, on the Ciate website, you can get the whole bundle for £60, or you can buy the items individually. By the way, the bundle sold out. Sorry. But I bought mine from ASOS as well. And if you've got ASOS delivery already in there, then you get it next day. And that's that. Voila. So I've got 2 items, the eyeshadow palette and the lipstick. Don't mind my manky nails. This is the eyeshadow palette. You saw the packaging earlier. It is very pretty and very cute. You got Jessica Rabbit there. And by the way, I'm not wearing any contact lenses. I'm not allowed to wear them, so I can't literally see what's happening. So I'm praying that it is in focus. I'm always trying to make sure I look in the camera, but I really can't tell anything, and can't wear my glasses and do this makeup look. So this is going to be very interesting. Hopefully this turns out okay. If you can see any nose hairs or any food that I had yesterday for dinner, I did brush my teeth. But if you can see anything untoward, I can't tell. All right, so that's that. So this is the eyeshadow palette, and you've got it here. And each eyeshadow has got a name, which is lovely. You've got here, which is Love Letter. Hopefully you can see that. So Love Letter. You've got Roger, and you've also got here, which is Sunset Boulevard. You've got next one is I'm Not Bad, and then you've got this one here, which is Patty Cake, and then you've got also, which is Drawn That Way, and then you've got at the bottom here, don't wonder why, you can see a better powder, never mind, is Carrot Cake, and also Toon Kisses, and finally it is Honey Bunny. The reason why is this is take 2. Yeah, never mind. So we are going to start off with Carrot Cake, which is at the bottom here. Boom, boom, boom. Carrot Cake at the bottom. And I'm just using a Morphe fluffy brush. There is no name to it whatsoever. I'm going to have to really look in properly in the mirror. I'm just going to use this to neutralize anything on my eyes. I've got the NARS Soft Matte Concealer. There is a lot of fallout in this. You have to be very, very careful with it. Even just dabbing the brush in actually creates fallout. So look, yeah, okay. So you got that, and I'm just going to try and warm up the top of my eye to neutralize the ashiness of the NARS Soft Matte Concealer. Hopefully you can see, and I'm trying not to put the mirror in the way. And thank goodness the mirror and these palettes, the Ciate palette is really good and kind of magnify things, thank goodness. So I can at least see what I'm doing. Right, it's a little bit too sort of ashy for me, a bit too light. It could have done with a half a shade darker, but you get what you get. Moving on to the next shade, middle one here, which is Toon Kisses, which has got like a mauvey shade to it. Let's see, I'm looking at this and I'm also thinking, it might be a little bit too light. This is the Zohiva 228 crease brush. I'm just going to dab that in. Okay, there's quite easily a bit comes off. It's very well pigmented. but I just think it might be a little bit too light, and I'm just going to apply that to the top of my, yeah. So you can see it's really well pigmented. It's just a little bit too light. But it's looking a bit ashy for me. For my skin tone so far, it's just not. Yeah, this ain't doing it for me. I'm sorry, but no, I'm gonna have to try something else, a different palette. When I looked at it earlier, I thought I had an inkling. I thought, you know what, but don't make assumptions. So I am gonna dip into this one here, which is on really. This one is the Ciate. Again, it's the glitter palette. And I really like this one. This for me is more dark skin friendly. You can see all the different shades there. So I'm going to dip in there, and I'm going to start off with, actually, I mean, this color is actually not too far from the one I've got. Let me start off with this one and see if that makes any difference. This one is called Comet. I'm going to go from Comet to and then I'm going to go straight into, I'm not going to bother with this one because it's a bit more brown. So I'm going to go straight into this one, which is for Stargazer. So I'm going to use those two shades, and then we'll go back to the Jessica Rabbit palette. So just quickly blend that in. Let's see if that makes any difference at all. I'm using the same brush. A bit more warmth, but still not dark enough. Looks as if I'm really gonna have to go dark all over. Yeah, it's just not, that's not doing it for me, unfortunately. Sorry, I love this palette and it's so pigmented, but this one so far, let's try a different brush, maybe like a shader brush. Yes, so this one is the soft defining brush, 227 brush, and I'm just going into Stargazer, and then maybe we can deepen that. I'm gonna have to go really deep. Ooh. You see how pigmented this one is? You see that? Ooh. I'm gonna pack the color in first and then blend it. Alrighty, a bit happier but not quite. I also dipped into, because it happened to be here, into this palette. This is the Sleek Eye Divine 3 AM palette. By the way, if you haven't got this palette and you want a pinkish, mauvish shades, this is definitely voice is going. This is definitely worth getting. It is so pigmented, including all the mattes, especially for a dark skin person. These will definitely show on your skin. So what I did was I went into this one and I dipped into this shade here. And I basically just used that on the outer corners of my crease line to just soften things up a bit and just blend it a bit. So I'm a bit happier with that. So let's just go back to the Jessica Rabbit palette, and we are going to try out the shimmers. I'm going to first of all try it with my finger and see. We are going to try Patty Cake. Which obviously is the purple in the middle and the center, around here somewhere. I'm just going to apply that with my fingers. And ooh, okay, you do get quite a bit. Let's see how that translates on the eye. I'm going to apply that. That's not bad at all. You can definitely see it. It almost matches the color of my nails, which are a bit manky, so sorry about that. They're coming off, but I don't know the best way to take them off. This one is stuck on in place. So you've got this, and there's a bit of shimmer to it. Let's try it with a brush and see if that's any better. And this brush is the BH Cosmetics 102. I just yeah, maybe we'll try it with a wet brush instead and see. It is better. but it's still not as shiny as I would like it. This is way more like a base shade. And then you can add some glitter or something on top. Alrighty, so it is showing a lot brighter than I initially thought. It's just not as glittery as I thought it would be. But it's, I mean, it probably appears a lot brighter on camera, but in real life it's a bit more muted. But yeah, it works a lot better with a brush. It just feels a bit underwhelming. Because it is the fact that it's a center color, I was expecting a little bit more, but that may be just a personal choice, and you might prefer something a bit more muted that you can wear during the day without feeling a bit over the top. So using the same brush, if I can find it, that is, I'm just going to quickly clean it off a little bit. I'm going to go for the next one, which is the darker shade, and just smoke things out a little bit. And that shade is the top one, which is Roger. So that's Roger, middle top, darkest one. And this one definitely is far more glitter. It has far more glitter. Oh yeah, definitely far more glitter. And I'm just going to pop that on the outer corner of the eye. Definitely. And just apply that on the outer corner of the eye to smoke things out. This is much more glittery, a better formula. I almost wish, actually there's not almost, I do wish that this one here had been the same kind of quality. It is not. So I'm going to go and finish off my face off camera really quickly, which for you guys could be a minute or a few seconds. In real life could be up to an hour. And then we are going to try the lipstick. Underneath my eyes, I'm actually going to use the other two palettes rather than the Jessica palette. I'm going to go back to the Sleek palette and use the shade that I used earlier first. Did I say shit? Sorry, shade. Underneath first, and then blend that in. And then closer to the waterline, I'm going to go back to the glitter eyeshadow palette and use the dark purple that I used earlier to smoke things out a little bit, do mascara, the whole shebang, and then we'll try out the lipstick. So I'll see you back in a moment. Alrighty, time to put the lipstick on. I've already lined my lips, just a super thin line with this lip pencil from Kiko. It's number 517. And now we are going for the lippy to see what it's like, formula wise. Right, ready? Then here we begin. You can definitely see the glitter. Woo! Formula wise is actually creamy. Ooh. It is so pigmented. Alright, this is my face all done. I've got to quickly go through my final thoughts about this palette and the collection of the ones I have tried. First of all, the lipstick feels really moisturizing, super smooth. The glitter in there is really, really smooth as well. You don't feel it at all. The shine itself is somewhere between almost like a foil, but not quite as shiny as a foil kind of lipstick. And yeah, so it's not bad at all. But personally for me, I'd probably just stick with a normal lipstick and just put a little bit of gloss if I feel like it, rather than this one. But even in daylight, actually, because I've got some lights here, it looks a lot brighter than it is. But in normal daylight, it's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. You can get away with wearing this as a statement piece on your face, with the rest of your makeup just being really, really neutral. The actual eyeshadow palette itself, for me, I have to say it's a no. I mean, you've kind of seen my my thinking throughout the video itself, and honestly, I haven't even done the swatches of the browns and so on, which is fair enough, and they might be fantastic, But for me, the palette is not necessarily about the browns themselves, because when I think of Jessica Rabbit, what I think of the purple. I know that in some other videos and some other stuff, she's actually got brown on her lipstick, on her eyelids. But for me, it's more the purple type. And the purple, which is really the centerpiece for me, although it is actually really pigmented, takes a bit of effort, but it is really pigmented, it just loses that kind of wow factor. It lacks a wow factor, and I was expecting it to be a bit more, you know, in your face kind of purple, and it really isn't. And the matte shades, there were 3 of those as you guys saw. If you are very fair, you are going to see the pigment there, and it's maybe not going to be so bad. Although I have still got some kind of reservations about the fact that it's so powdery and ashy. If you are as dark as I am, or darker than me, especially if you are darker than me, you've got no chance of being able to use the matte shades at all. They're really powdery, they're really ashy, they're just not going to work for your skin tone at all. You're going to have to discount the matte shade. So if you're getting that palette and my shade or darker, just take into account that the matte shades just aren't going to be for you. You're going to have to dip into another eyeshadow palette to get your transition shades. And therefore, if you're okay with that, that's fine. If you want to support the brand Ciate, that's fine. If you love the Jessica Rabbit and it brought back fantastic memories and you just want to buy it as a collection piece, again, it's your money, do whatever you like. But if you're thinking of a palette, and we're talking about the quality of it and being able to use it and your skin tone and knowing that you're going to dip in there and make use of it, then for me it's a pass, because the browns are not unique. The purple is not unique. You've got loads of eyeshadow palettes with purples in them. You're more likely to get a better look with loads of transition shades within the same palette rather than in this one. For me personally, I would recommend using the glitter eyeshadow palette. It's not here, it's in another room. I brought it into another room. I was kind of sort of taking pictures of it, but I would recommend that one, especially if you are my skin tone. You're more likely to get the colors in and their work. And the glitter, let me just say, the glitter shades in that particular palette, they are like, whoa, out of this world. I mean, they're like in your face. So, and I was expecting that sort of quality because of the fact that I've had that palette, so I'm quite surprised. I just don't think that this really does it for me personally. I just don't. However, that's my personal opinion. You might have a completely different experience. You might decide, you know what, shut the boop, and you want to go and buy it for yourself, and by all means do so. It's your money, do whatever you like. But I just think I will pass it with this one. It's a shame. With regards to the highlighter, I don't know. I didn't buy it, so I can't give an an opinion on that. It might be really well, really, really good. It did look really pretty aesthetically, speaking, but that's as far as I can go with it. Thank you very much for watching as usual. By the way, if you haven't subscribed already, do go ahead. Your girl would like to get to 2,000 by the end of March, so help me out, why don't you? Thank you for watching, and I will see you all very soon.